Good day everyone, it's me again, Emma Hempesao, and yes, I'm back for another instructional video. And for today's video, I'll be showing you a graphic organizer that depicts the comparison of children's literature and adults' literature. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, let us first discuss the similarities of the two. First, we have it promotes moral values. Well, both adult and children's book promotes moral values. For instance, children and adults are bombarded with contradictory, ever-shifting ethical and moral norms in today's world. Around the same time, you're attempting to instill positive qualities or values for both children and adults. While these books for children and adults are great books that has the power to counteract these outside forces and teach valuable lessons to children as they develop. Next is teaches life lessons. While both children and adult books teaches life lessons, as the reader reads such books and the reader encounter different images of actions and events contained in the book where different life happenings was shown, may it be joy or sorrowful. It made the readers reflect on their own, and as the readers reflect, they began to apply their realization on their encounters. Next, we have deals with emotions. Both books deals with emotions. Well, as we all know, emotion is the topmost component of a story or a book because it is the emotion that caters the interest of the readers. The more the readers get into the book or the emotion presented in the book, the more the book is considered good. Adult and children's book both deals with emotion, different emotions like joy, sorrow, anger, and many more. So another similarities of children and adults book is that it helps in developing comprehension skills. While as children and adults read books, it allows them to practice decoding words quickly that will eventually make them fluent in their reading comprehension. As children and adults read books, they imagine and interpret every words or pictures they saw on the book, and by interpreting, they use their critical thinking skills that would develop their comprehension skills. So now let us dive into the differences of the two books. So for the children's book, it has an age range. Well, as I have noticed, most of the children's book, if not all, most of the children's book has an age range. There are books that are intended only for a specific age of a child. For example, there are books that are suited only for a child at ages 1 to 4 years old, 3 to 6 years old, and so on. So next is a children's book express a child's point of view. So basically, it's a children's book, so the book contains point of view that suits to children. Next is, it is optimistic. For children's book, optimism is always there. There is always hope, foreshadowing, and other elements to raise spirits periodically. So next, it has a character that are children. Well, of course, since it is a children's book, for it to fit the readers, which are the children, it includes childhood events, actions, and happenings. And lastly, children's book is simple and straightforward. So for children's book, it is simple and straightforward. That is to say, it is a children's book is without a flow and suspense. It is not easy, choppy, or flat. Okay, so now let's move on to the characteristic of an adult book. So first, we have express adult point of view. So this is opposite to children's book. So in adult's book, stories are told from viewpoint of young people or adults. The majority of adult fiction is told in the first person and written through the eyes of an adult. So in a single novel or in a single story, there may be multiple viewpoints or plotline, but they will almost all be told through the eyes of a teenager. Next is that it often gets rid of all adult figures. So this frequently allows the young adult to take center stage and be credited for all their efforts in the plot. It's like if there had been an adult figure to direct and lead the boys in the story, they would not have started hunting each other. Adults in stories are usually more of mentor figure than that the teen seeks out and meets on their own terms. So next is that it is a fast pace. So most of young people or young adult is easy to read and create. The young adult genre is also described as a small number of characters and plot events in order to achieve this goal. So furthermore, the language flows spontaneously and evolves and grows with the times. In adult literature, current speech and trends are also significant. So next we have includes variety of genres and subjects. So non-fiction, poetry, drama, science fiction, historical fiction, and even graphic novels, to name a few, pique the interest of adults. In reality, all forms of literature are now written with a young adult audience in mind. So lastly, we have character-made worthy accomplishment. So to some degree, all works of literature in this genre explore the theme. In most instances, the protagonist loses his or her innocence as a result of a growing up. They could be affected for the remainder of their lives as a result of their maturation. So teens of all ages are attracted to the innate urge to learn, evolve, and conquer obstacles. So I think that would be all. Thank you for watching.